Today, our dear friend and longtime Northern Virginia Bureau Chief, Julie Carey, is retiring. But she doesn't like the sound of that word, so don't tell her that we said that here on the air either.
Last hour, we heard from some of Julie's colleagues through the years. We have even more right now at 5, including well wishes, advice, congratulations, and all above all, a thanks to Julie. Take a listen.
Julie, working alongside you in the Northern Virginia Bureau over the last several years has been the honor of my career. And while the Bureau itself is not a physical place, it is in every sense a home that you built with your bare hands, brick by brick, over years of dogged journalism, a meticulous attention to detail, and most importantly, compassion, not only for the people you were doing stories about, but the people you were doing stories for. And while our audience will absolutely miss seeing you report the news on their TVs every night, they should have confidence in knowing that the spirit that has driven such a legendary career is the DNA of our news team now. And in that way, your quiet leadership will benefit Northern Virginia viewers years after you hang up your microphone. Congratulations. Best of luck in your next chapter. We can't wait to see what you do next.
Well, this is not something I ever expected to be doing, but it's another chance, Julie, to tell you how much I loved working with you and how much I miss working with you, especially those 358 feeds for the package that aired at 401. It's good to know that we'll be seeing each other in your retirement at the meetings of the Northern Virginia Bureau alumni. Best of luck, congratulations, you deserve it, and see you soon.
Hi Julie, I am so grateful to be part of the long list of photographers that have been able to work closely with you over the last few decades. And I'm so proud of the work that we've done. I'm gonna miss you.
In my many years of reporting, I've noticed there are really only two kinds of stories that come out of Northern Virginia. They hold elections and they build roads. But no matter what happens in Northern Virginia, Julie Carey, she knows about it first. They call her the Northern Virginia Bureau Chief, but in reality, she is the Queen of Northern Virginia. And I know why. It goes all the way back to high school. Ames High. Julie was not only a class student there, but she was a #1 cheerleader at Ames High. Ames High. And she took that spirit all the way through college and into her reporting life. And now I understand she's going to retire. Not because she has enough Emmys, not because she's made a bundle of money. Judy's going to retire because her favorite football team, Indiana, is #1 in the nation. And how did they do that? Ames High. Happy trails, Julie.
Hello, Julie. First of all, I want to say congratulations to you on your retirement. Simply incredible. Of course, your career, but I always loved watching you. Of course, doing Northern Virginia, that's my hometown. You know, I've got a lot of them. I lived in Burke, I lived in Herndon, around Fairfax, around Tyson's Corner. I love that you talk about where I'm from all the time, and I love to hear everything you have to say about the winter storms as well. You and those snowmen, whether you can actually make one or you have to go to your wits' end to try to figure out how to make one when the snow's not exactly perfect. You always do a great job. I love watching you. I'm going to miss you, and I wish you all the best in the future.
No, apparently he's staying. I wish it was Adam Tuss leaving. Oh, hey. So, you know, the reality is I wake up some nights still in this panic that I haven't finished the Northern Virginia Bureau note. And that's the kind of mark that Julie Carey leaves. And it's not her pressuring me, it's just me not wanting to disappoint somebody who I admire and, quite frankly, adore. There's a story of the car, a Chevy Nova. Its sales allegedly flopped in Latin America because Nova in Spanish means no go. Turns out the story's not even true, according to AI, but just go with me for a second, because this actually fits Julie in reverse. She's the opposite of Nova. Ella no para. She does not stop. I met Julie almost 20 years ago as an intern, and I started working under her in 2012. And from day one, nearly every single morning, I would get a text. You okay? What do you need? She'd hand over her contacts like it was nothing. It felt like cheating, but I'm not above that, and I gladly accepted. For Julie, though, the math was simple. If I succeeded, we succeeded. And whether it was muffins showing up on my sister's doorstep as she was recovering from an illness, or an unprompted call to my mom checking in on her post-surgery, Julie just quietly did it. She never posts about it, she never publicizes it. No para, I'm telling you. But now, Julie, maybe, just maybe, you can ease off the gas a little and cruise. Just cruise. Through Northern Virginia, of course. I love you, Julie.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. My goodness.
Go ahead.
Right? We could go around the table and just everybody has a personal story like that. And if you'll notice, the thread throughout all of these, and you'll see more of them at 6 o'clock, is not just about Julie's work ethic, but it's Julie as the person.
From the muffins to the calls to the taking you on your first day of work. It's talking about who she was and who she is and how dynamic she's been to so many people, not just in our newsroom, but in our community.